this. It is tough. You'll need a kettlebell or two. If you've got a bit of variety, then that's great. We're basically doing 2 exercises, we're balancing out the time. I'll go into more detail shortly. Let's get warmed up and we can get started. Right. Take chest pull. Right, okay then. On to the main course, equilibrium. So what we've got a minute of work time with 20-second rest throughout. We've got 6 different exercise combinations. You work on each for the release to say 20 seconds rest. And we do 5 rounds. Each round is a time split between the 2 exercises for each. So, for instance, our first exercise is a side step, tuck jump and dive bombers. Sorry, body weight exercise. And you split the time between the 2. The first time you go through, you're doing 50 seconds on exercise number 1 and just 10 seconds on that second exercise. Literally a couple of reps. We do them all, go through them all. Then we go back to the start, and then we do 40 seconds on exercise 1, and we switch with the last 20 seconds to go. We go through them all. Then we go back to the start and do 30-30. There you go, halfway. All the way through, back to the start, just 20 seconds on number 1, 40 seconds on number 2. And then the final round, you're in the flip position, just 10 seconds on number 1, 50 seconds on number 2. And then you reach balance, aka equilibrium, okay? Morning, Debbie. So that's why it's called equilibrium, so you're trying to reach that balance of 2 exercises over the course of the workout. No finisher, it takes the whole time. Okay, so before you know it, you need to know each of the combinations. So let me show you that first one. Side step tuck jump is exercise. What's a tuck jump? You can just do a half tuck or a small tuck or even a jack if you don't want to do like a full tuck jump. So tuck, knees up, side step, tuck, side step, tuck. Okay, ideal for getting warmed up again. Okay, as I say, if you'd rather just do a little smaller, that's absolutely fine. Okay, just try to have that hand soft. Okay, second exercise for that is your dive bomber push-ups. Doing that sort of downward dog position. You're down, up into that upward dog, and then back. This time though you bend the arm, you're doing the press up, okay? Push back, in, push back, in, okay? You'd rather just do there, drop to the knees, push back, drop to the knees, you can do that. Okay, so there's always a way to adapt it. Right, combination 2, kettlebell high pull and goblet squat. So through the hips, you're hanging high pull. Okay, nice and high. Pull that kettlebell up to your face. Okay, elbows back. And then when we say switch, getting into the goblet and goblet squat there, the remainder of the time. Okay, combination 3. Right, plank ups and kick throughs. Again, we're back to body weight for this. So, plank ups, plank, high plank, low plank, high plank, low plank. Think hand where elbow was. Get the elbow there. Okay, and then the second one, your sit throughs. Okay, carefully. See, from this position, bear crawl position. Yeah? And then, we're going to raise this right hand up and kick through the left. Okay? Once you get it better, you can do a little dip as well, just to add that bit of tricep working there. Right kick. Left kick. Okay, so you're rotating and kicking through. From a bear crawl position, so don't try and do it from here. That's when you'll lose balance. So there, kick, back. Okay? First time doing it, just treat it as a practice move. Right, next one. Our last 3. We've got tactical clean and kettlebell standing pull throughs. I'll show you both of those. Tactical clean, bit of tactical. And then your kettlebell, it's the switch of hands, okay? So I'm going to do the clean part, but instead of doing that, I'm going to catch it in that hand. Okay, so clean and catch. Clean and catch. Clean and catch. So catching it in the rack position in the opposite side. It actually comes easier than you think. Pull, 2, with a standing pull through. You're just going to bottoms up it there, chest, and then touch shoulder blades, pull it through there, chest, shoulder blades, chest, shoulder blades. Guys, a lot of upper body, tricep, shoulders in that one. Last 2. Okay, the last 2 combinations. This one is so body attack right, body attack left, body attack squat thrust, and then get it above your head. How you get it there is up to you. You can clean and press it. You can do a dead snatch it. Okay, so you're doing there on the pickup point between your heels, hands down, out, in, and then just get it above your head. Whether that's clean and press or snatch like I just did there. Okay, clean and press would be there. Okay, a little bit slower, a little bit more careful, that's fine. Okay, however you want to do it. And all we do with that is switching sides. So the first round will be 50 seconds side 1, 10 seconds side 2. Okay, right, the last one, this is with a bit of core work, and that is commando crunches and boats. So, exercise 1. There, reach for your feet. If you can't do that, or like it's too much, you probably will. Just do it with your hands on the floor. Imagine you glide your heels across the floor, bringing it easy. And then the boat, there, just holding it isometrically, okay? Right, that's it. Remember, you're working to time anyway, so just follow me, okay? So don't worry, you'll remember them all when you get going, okay? Right, minute work. 20 seconds rest. 6 exercises, 5 rounds. Will lead us neatly to the end. Right, combination 1 then. Side step with a tuck jump, and then into dive bomber press ups. Okay. through.
If this is what it feels like, if this is what it feels like,
Okay, switch sides. Left side. Okay, so what's going to happen is then time on number 1 is coming down, time on number 2 is going up. Okay, so this time 40 seconds on number 1, 20 seconds on number 2. Okay, get ready.
The stars are like they're falling, with my face up to the sky. I reach up toward and touch them, electrified. And my body does the talking, swaying side to side. Up in the air we glowing like butterflies. Anything for a feeling, self-destruction or healing. Maybe that's just the reason why.
Body attack. Side 1, 2. Last 2 again. Ready. Come on, stay with it.
I'd like to do a tune for you now that I wrote myself. It's a story about a girl that would rather go blind than to watch her man. Something wrong.
Crossing the threshold now. If you're just joining us, we're doing a little balancing act, 2 exercises, 2 different times working our way through. So, from round 3, we're splitting the minute, half and half now, 30-30. So ready? At least there's no burpees today. Not many, this is one though. Okay. about that? Okay. Give me 1 second. Then we're going to start with the kettlebell. 1 second. Okay. Right, we're back. Sorry about that. Right, ready? High pull. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Come on, keep it up.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't need to get lost sometimes. I took a couple wrong turns, but I learned the right ones are harder to find. Been trying to fly, chasing the highs and riding the lows. We just can't let go. There's something in these moments. It's nice and deep. Be the ones that make us. I'm nice and deep. I wanna stay by your side. This time's and deep.
Boy, last two rounds, now just 20 seconds on number one, 40 seconds on number two. Last two rounds. You've had a massive break in the middle of the last round, so we don't need one this time. Right. Ready?
Do you feel like a fake when you're lying awake, speaking sensible? Does that voice in your head turn your yellows to red and say you are for a fool? We've been trying to change, so the ghosts of the past and we should leave them alone. We just can't let go. There's something in these moments.
us massive credit to Killer on the last round. And we've done this, we are done. Okay, come on. Right, just 10 seconds on number 1, 50 on number 2, and we have reached Come on, this is it. Final two.
Piece by piece, I release what was mine. Now I'm and we're down the sun. I still feel
Well done, brilliant. Simon, it's tough, but weirdly enjoyable. Well, I think so anyway. Right, we've got total mobility coming on right now. In just a couple of minutes. We're going to ease them muscles, relax, bring them cortisol levels, drop in, and bring that serotonin levels up. Then you're going to float out of the room, okay? Just half an hour, well worth doing, even if you don't do it right now. Anyway, well done. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Please subscribe if you haven't already. New people start all the time. Just get yourself a kettlebell, 2 light hand weights, and you're good to go. Monday to Friday, 9:30, Saturday, 9 o'clock. Okay, well done, Chase. See you all. We'll see you in 2 minutes.